We have music royalty in the room. We have a trailblazer in the room. We have a pioneer in the room.
Yes.
We have the queen of a genre in the room. We have a survivor in the room. We have a mother in the room. We have a daughter in the room.
Thank you.
We have a legend, an icon in the room. Please welcome Lisa to the room. Say this is standing ovation.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Standing ovation. Standing ovation.
Clap it up.
Standing on. Clap it up, man. Clap it up.
Thank you so much. Y'all are.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Lisa is here. I got goosebumps when I was playing this song.
Yes.
I wonder if I take you home, would you? Come on, man. That was 1985.
Yeah.
85. I know this song.
Wow.
Because I told Lisa on the phone, it was the lyrics of that song that to me was revolutionary. I wonder if you take me home.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to say to you, thank you for your contributions to music culture, to the genre of freestyle, R&B, pop.
Thank you.
Because your songs couldn't be boxed in one category.
Wow.
They became so popular and mainstream, you can't really put it in one box. You're a vanguard. You're a trailblazer.
Wow.
There wasn't folks singing how you were singing to us at that time in the mannerism in which you were singing. You were something new we hadn't really seen at that time. Right. Would you agree, Heather B?
1,000,000%.
And
I appreciate you all so much.
Well,
I was a kid.
You were a child, and that's what made it so appealing. Because we was looking at this girl who probably went to our high school making music videos. And back then, that wasn't common. People didn't have record deals like that.
At all. I knew nothing about a record deal.
You didn't even know what that was.
I didn't know what a video was. Nothing. I knew nothing. All I knew is that I wanted to be on a stage singing. That's all I knew, and that's what I still love today.
That's what you still love to do today. Yes. Salute to you.
Thank you.
And she has this biopic called Can You Feel the Beat? And in it, I learned so much about you, even prior to connecting with the Coat Jam.
Yes.
You were a young lady who just sang, right?
Yes. I was raised in the church choir with my mom. Spanish choir. We will call Las Hijas de Maria, which is Mary's daughters.
Okay.
And I loved it. The second that I saw my mom crying, she was tearing, sitting in the first pew. I was singing La Ave Maria. I was 6 years old.
At 6 years old?
Ave Maria, yes. And I knew I had to do it. I knew. So, I continued to be this little Hell's Kitchen girl doing, everything possible to help the family out because 10 kids, the youngest of 10.
Damn, y'all had 10?
Yeah, 10, man. There was no TV back in the day. I asked my mom that all the time, rest her soul. I'm sorry, Mommy. And we used to do everything possible to make money to help each other because there was 10 of us, 7 girls, 3 boys, and a single mom.
So was some of the things you used to do, did you used to sing in the streets for money?
I did.
You sang in the streets for money?
I did. 50th and Broadway. We used to throw our baseball caps on the floor.
That's right by us.
That's right down the street.
Yeah.
Hell's Kitchen. You are in Hell's Kitchen, Mama.
Wow.
This is Hell's Kitchen, yes. Born and raised. And
were you scared to, because when we got older, my partner King Tech and I, at Pier 39 in San Francisco, they throw the hat down, you start popping and locking, and it was kind of like that?
Yes, absolutely. We just sang. It was me and 2 other little girls from Julia Richmond. Yeah. Richmond. Toni knows. She went to Richmond. But even before that, we just tried to figure out I used to bag groceries at the A&P.
Wow.
I babysat. I washed clothes for people. I would go to the laundromat, and wash clothing. And we used to get like 15 cents, 25 cents to make money to take care of us. We did what we could.
Context, 15 cents and 25 cents was a little different back then.
Back then, no, it was a lot of money.
It added up. Yeah.
You got a bag of chips.
If I made,
you could do a lot.
Listen, with 25 cents, I used to be able to buy those big bags of popcorn and 2 packs of Starburst.
And that was your meal for the day.
35 cents.
You was balling.
I used to buy a slice of pizza and a soda.
Wow. 35 cents?
35 cents.
Where?
New York.
Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah.
And that's where you grew up.
Born and raised, yes.
You know, growing up in Cali, I always, for some reason, thought you were from the Bronx.
Everybody thought that.
Yeah.
Everybody thought I was from the Bronx. I had family there, but nah. Midtown, 49th Street, between 10th and 11th.
You're going to find out so much in this this biopic, Can You Feel the Beat? And knowing that you're an executive producer on this film.
Yes, sir.
I know you learned something.
I did.
Give a round of applause for that. You learned something, huh?
You learned. That's how I was able to maintain my life. I mean, I met Miss Toni Menage. I got to clap for her.
Toni Menage, Toni boy. Toni been around since day one.
Since day one, yeah.
And her story is interesting.
It's in the movie. She had to be part of this movie because she was a big guide for me. She became my sister, true sister, my ride or die. She was the little bird in my ear saying, hey, 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 watch out. Look at this. Don't let this happen. Keep your eyes open. So, you know, she was like, she's the one who convinced me to do this.
Okay, to do the movie?
For 5 years.
She's been asking you to do the movie.
Well, Tracy Twinkie Bird, which is one of the producers.
Sisters.
Yes.
The Clark sisters.
Yes, she did the Clark. She did the Big Pun movie, right?
Casting agent, okay.
Yeah, she did. So she had been coming into my DMs for like 5 years.
Wow.
She told me, you know my father. He was your teacher in Richmond. I was like, yes, I know your father. But I wasn't ready. And I think after those 5 years that she kept coming in, Toni took over and she was like, yeah, we're going to do this. She convinced me.
And here we have it right now.
And then we started talking about it, yeah.
And it's premiering February the 1st on one of my favorite channels.
Of course.
Lifetime. So you know we'll be watching it. In this movie, you're not only executive producer, but you play.
I play my mom.
You play your mom.
Yeah, crazy, right?
I want to ask you about that because we're finding out we haven't even got to the music. We're focused on you right now.
Oh, thank you.
Because of what I found out in the movie. I have to speak on the first scene.
Please
right?
do. Yes.
Because the movie from the beginning is compelling. It's going to draw you in, and you're going to learn something about Lisa that you did not know. And the movie starts off with an abusive scene of your father.
Yeah, domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
Yeah.
And your father's hit you across your face.
Yeah. And
as your mother tried to protect you, he also abused her as well. Right?
He always abused my mother. I did that. It's funny because in real life, that's actually how I met my father.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I was coming home from school, and you live in Hell's Kitchen, so we used to keep a bat at the side of the door. And, you never know what's gonna happen. So I was putting the keys in the door, but I kept hearing whimpering, like, what the hell is that? So I open the door and I walk in, and I see that this man has my mother pinned to the kitchen window, and he's, abusing her.
Wow.
Be frank, he was beating her down. And I'm like, what the So I grabbed the bat, and I ran over there. I actually connected. I broke the bat.
You broke the bat?
I did. And my mother started screaming. She's like, Lisa, oh my God. And I said, no. I picked up the phone because we had security downstairs. And I picked up the phone and I said, please get the police. And my mother's like, no. She grabbed the phone. She goes, that's your father. And I said, really? Great introduction.
Wow.
That's how you first met your father?
Yes.
How old were you?
13.
13.
Yes.
And then how did the relationship progress from there with your father?
Oh, there was never a relationship with my father. My father was never involved in my upbringing with all 10 of us. My mom was married prior to him, and she had 5 children with her first husband. He passed away, and then she met my father. My mom, when she came to the States, she was only 16, 17 years old, married with 2 kids.
Say your mother's name, if you don't mind.
Monserrate Lopez. I love you, Mommy.
There you go. Come on. Let's celebrate her. We got to put that out there.
You.
This movie, that part of your life, I did not know. I was just dancing to your music. I was just shaking my ass to your music. But having to play the character of your mother, I'm curious to how did that affect you psychologically? Because now you're playing your mom who's talking to you.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I
remember everything that I've gone through with my mom. She knows that. It was it was therapeutic.
Okay.
Right where? Yeah.
To do that. Yeah.
I had 3 major breakdowns filming this movie. But Toni and I sat every day on that set that this movie was being filmed. We had to make sure that everything was being done correctly. But there was a few scenes that that one scene, the first scene, Toni had to pull me out of that scene and I had to breathe. It was difficult. It was really difficult. But you know what? It helped me. It helped me a lot. Realization, and I was thankful that my mom really, she struggled, but she killed it taking care of those 10 kids by herself.
Give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
How did these things affect your relationship, your dynamic with men in general at that time?
That's how it is? I was married at a very young age. My first marriage.
18, 17? What?
No, I was turning 20.
20, okay.
Yeah. And I think I did it simply because I wanted to have my own responsibility. I wanted to have my own life. Though I was already having it with my music career, I still, as a family, I wanted to show my mom I'm all that. I can do it. I don't really think there was any love there, because as time went by, I realized I'm like, what am I doing with this person that I don't know? And he was a Latino that was very machismo,
Can you explain that to us, non-Spanish speaking people?
A very strong man.
Okay.
Everything was about him, for him, and whatever I did in this business had to go through him. So I had to let that go.
You had to let that go.
Yeah. I felt controlled, stifled. I couldn't do anything. I mean, there was a movie that I was offered and I said no because he said no.
Is that the part where I'm thinking of the record, you had an endorsement deal and I think the record company owner said you can't do it because you belong?
That was actually a commercial.
A commercial?
And not the record label, but my then management said no.
Said she couldn't do the commercial because
they came first.
And you belong to them.
Yes.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's the truth. I'm not, yeah.
Lisa, they ain't with this. We celebrating, but this is, you put it in the movie.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
Yes.
I find this to be you've revealed a lot in this movie.
I did. I still didn't reveal a lot.
And there's stuff that you haven't revealed, right?
Yes, and there's a memoir that I am in the process of writing. So
okay.
That would be out and y'all will know everything.
Okay, because I know.
Aidito.
Yeah, we want to know it all. I don't know if folks realize I called you a survivor, right?
Yes, sir.
Because you are a cancer survivor.
I am.
Give her a round of applause for that.
Thank you.
At what age were you diagnosed?
I was 20 years old.
20 years old.
Oh my God.
In the middle of your career.
On top of the world.
Yes. Yes.
And in the marriage as well.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I had to get out of that marriage, because I was not given respect and no kind of help. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it, but I was given no help. And no one knew. No one knew, not even him. My management and producers, they used to ask me, why are you so tired? And are you pregnant? Because I used to sleep a lot. And then with the medication, I used to have that pack on my hip. I was getting swollen a little bit. My face started getting really big because of the steroid in the chemo that I had to carry and take. And it was just like, I can't tell anybody because they give me no kind of respect. Like, I'm tired. Can I sleep? Nope. I would get yelled at. Get up. Let's go. We got to go. Shake it. Let's do this. 6 o'clock in the morning. Get off the bus. Get to a payphone. Call the radio stations. It used to be like 12 radio stations back to back. Then when we get to the hotel, it would be like 7 in the morning and we'd have to go and try to get some sleep. Nope. I was in another room with them trying to record vocals because that's how we were doing the first album.
So you were under all of this duress.
Yeah.
While you were
the
making
second album.
these beautiful songs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you recall being in the studio recording a song knowing that you got all of these things on your mind?
No.
You can't remember?
Because I focused basically on what I wanted to do. And this meant that I can do that. You know, get in the studio, you sleep later. When you get home off the tour, you'll sleep. Just get there and do a damn good job and make sure that it gets done, and then get back on the stage and perform.
Disassociate.
This is Lisa, ladies and gentlemen. Here, come on, man.
I'm shaking.
Oh, this is amazing, though. You're doing an excellent job, and I'm glad you shared that, because when I found out about that, I thought about Chadwick Boseman from Black Panther.
Praise be, God bless him.
I wonder what you thought when it was discovered that he was diagnosed with cancer, and he kept working.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of, when I saw him, and I was like, wow, he's too thin. This is before he said he was going through whatever. And I'm like, is he really going through something? Because why is he so skinny? But anyway, when they came out and they said that this is what he was going through, I shook. I got like this ice cold feeling through my body. And I was like, oh my God, the memory just hit me. I was like, this is sick. The things people will do just to get it done. You know, but that's the love of what you do.
Yeah.
That's the strength that you have. And I learned that from my mother.
You learned that from your mother.
Yes, keep moving.
Lisa, man. I keep saying your name, man.
Thank you.
Jeez, my gosh. In those days, women were under a lot of scrutiny.
Yeah.
How you look, how you sound, you know, who you hang with, who you date, right?
Yeah.
If you get pregnant, you can't have a baby because the music business came first,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's what they did. They made me sign papers, and I didn't know till years later that all of that was in those papers.
Wow.
What? That if you
Everything.
get what?
No driving fast cars, no pregnancies, no relationships. No, they controlled everything.
Who are they?
Am I allowed?
Your old management. I don't want to put you in those. Yeah, okay. Your old management.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
can I ask then in a different kind of way? For artists, especially women now, who are millions of people that's gonna see this, and people are listening now who are artists.
Yes.
How does an artist avoid this? Because a lot of times, Lisa, if you want a record deal, a lot of times you sign a production deal first.
And that's what I did.
So the details were in the production deal.
Yeah, it was a production deal that I signed, and then that whole deal was signed to a very small label, Personal Records. And then that company went and got us the deal with Columbia.
Got it.
And then it was years later that we re-signed everything. And I still didn't know what the hell I was signing because I was a kid.
So you would advise artists, it's the production deal is what they need to look production.
Any deal, anything that's on paper, make sure that any deal that you're given is in black and white. And please have representation. Please have somebody that got your back. Have a lawyer. Read everything before you sign it. Please. I didn't do that. I didn't have that. No. Then the people who were representing me were representing them. So that's a double dip right there.
Damn.
Lisa, thank you so much for your transparency.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having a generous heart, for your creativity. Can you share who was like the first angel that you met within this industry that you feel like you could let your guard down, you could actually trust, who started putting you on a different path away from these folks who were, in my opinion, abusive?
She's sitting right there.
Toni
Menage.
Toni
Menage.
Get into the camera, Toni. Let them see
Toni.
you. Come on, because your character
Please,
is Breezy plays Toni, right?
Yes, we love Breeze.
Breeze is incredible.
I'm on
That's
Harara.
my homie.
I am on Harara.
Yo, she played you to a T too.
Man.
Thank you.
Come on, Toni. This is the angel right here. Toni, who walked with Lisa throughout her career. They tried to get rid of Toni. They said more than once. Yo, she's bad news. Her sexuality. They said all of that, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Toni.
I mean, this is the 80s, so you know the music industry, especially for women.
Yeah.
You needed to be, you need to look a certain way. Yep. Women wanted to be like you, men wanted to get with you. And so I did, I think I was cute. I
No,
had
you
the
were
look.
beautiful.
You still cute, Toni.
Oh,
But I
she's so
think
beautiful.
very quickly they realized that I wasn't with it. So
So what were you thinking when this management was taking advantage of Lisa in the way it was?
I had a record deal first. I was 14 and I was on Prism. And I had a record. I had a record out called Video Burnout. And it became like a big DJ hit.
It's a cult classic. She has a following.
Yeah.
She has a strong following. Yes.
So I literally got paid $200 to record that record. They gave me a check for $200. They had me endorse the check right there. I was 14. There was no adults involved, so it was all shady. And I'm the kind of person that you only gonna get me one time. Yeah. So they got me one time.
Yep.
And then I auditioned for Lisa at 17 as kind of like you here, you might as well.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. But I was already peeping like just things. Lisa, as you can see, she's a sweet spirit. She's a good human. And it's a boys club. And not that I'm knocking anybody, but the business was handled a certain way back then, and she was this little woman in this group of men. And then I came along, and I was the second female in the group of men. So it was just the two of us, and we shared a room. And so we, when the day would go along, and I see things were wrong, I'd be like, Lisa, and she would be like, don't say nothing. I don't want to rock the boat. And I'd be like, but
she's making me nervous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she didn't want anything to get messed up. Okay. So we talked about it amongst ourselves, but I was hipping her like, this don't look right. This don't sound right.
So when I watch the movie, I don't see much mention of Full Force, right, and their participation in your career.
Right.
Why is that?
We decided that we were going to focus on Lisa and Cult Jam and who we were and how it was an upbringing. It came up in this business. Nobody really back then, nobody knew who Cult Jam was. Yeah. They used to think,
we thought Cult Jam and Full Force was the one band.
Same thing,
yeah. I think that's was the big conversation between Lisa, myself, and Twinkie. Yeah. It wasn't a diss to them. It was just, you know what? A lot of people are confused about who Lisa and Cult Jam is. So let's represent Cult Jam and Lisa in this movie. And then, of course, during the writing of the movie, between the writer Rebecca, Twinkie, and Lisa and myself, it was like, wow, this story between the two of you
that was important.
Is really important. So let's tell that too. So it wasn't a slight to them leaving them out of the movie. It's just we wanted to solidify who Lisa and
it was my choice. I wanted her, and if anybody says anything, I don't care. I needed that because she literally dragged me out of the darkness.
I love this story, man. Big round of applause for this. Well, let me ask you this: when I look at songs like "Head to Toe," wonder if I take you home. All of these different songs. All Christ. I'm sorry.
No, that was good, Sway.
That was a good.
Thank you, Toni.
That was good, Sway.
You were on key.
It was on key.
I was on key.
You were.
That's it.
What Head to Toe, All Cried Out, all of these songs. Did you write on any of these songs?
Not those.
Yeah,
none of those songs.
Yeah, that's Full Force.
That's Full Force. All of those songs.
All those great hits. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So you weren't. So nobody took advantage of you in your publishing.
No.
Okay. All right. But you were a writer, though.
Yes. They gave me finally the one opportunity to get my name into my work. Someone to love me for me. That's me.
That's you.
Yes.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Man, Lisa is here. I got to ask you this too, man. It's been this ongoing conversation about hip hop because at the time you came out, come on, man, Run DMC, everybody, this shit was around that era. Houdini,
Yes. I was on tour with all of them.
You was on tour with them. Yeah, what was that like at that time? That
was so much fun and crazy. The shit I saw. Sorry.
That's okay. You're on Sirius XM. I'm surprised you ain't cursed yet. The fuck you doing, Lisa? No, okay, all right. It's all right.
Oh, okay. So then I could really be me.
Yeah.
The shit I saw on the road with all of them, it was crazy. Thank God we did everything before the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for these kids today. They got the camera in their face. I mean,
That's it.
Give me an example of something you saw.
No,
you ain't got to
mean,
say names.
no
You ain't got to say
names.
names. No
No.
names. No names.
You know,
Y'all still scary.
it's the music business. I mean, you know what? There's so many layers to this business. I love it. I wouldn't choose anything else. But there's a lot that goes on.
How did you avoid harassment, like sexual harassment in that time? Because that was prevalent.
That was really hard. And
Yeah.
I come from a family of 10. I'm the youngest of 10. 7 girls and 3 boys. But those 3 boys, those men, were crazy. I was raised in Hell's Kitchen with the Westies. And my brothers were very close to the Westies. So everybody knew, don't mess with Lisa. You know, and they taught me a lot. You know, and then, of course, on the road, I had Miss
Toni.
Menage here. And nobody was allowed near me. We used to do a concert, and then right after the concert, don't laugh because you know I'm right. They would take me straight to the room and have a key to lock me in.
Damn.
Then it was regular keys, not the cards, and they used to lock me in, and they would all go and party. Me, no, I wasn't allowed to party. Now I'm older than her, but I wasn't allowed to party. I wasn't allowed to do anything. So Toni was out there in the mix, and I'm like, you know, did you guys have fun last night? You know, can I hang out? No. So that's how I got.
That's how you got. That's how you was able to avoid those things. That time period, when you think of movies like Beat Street and Crush Groove and Wild Style and Style Wars, all of those movies. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, Lisa.
Viste eso.
Come on. What did y'all see? There's been this ongoing discourse about who was there in the beginning in hip hop, like Puerto Ricans, blacks, so on and so forth. What did y'all see?
Oh, for me, it was Puerto Ricans and blacks.
We are
growing
black.
up, we came up hand in hand. I grew up in East Harlem. So Puerto Ricans and black people, we were the same.
Espérate, but we are black.
Yes.
I know.
Say that.
Yes. We are black. Puerto Ricans we are black.
Yeah.
We are
Oh my
black.
God! So
Latinos.
stand up. Give us stand up. Hold on, man. Hold on. God damn it. Somebody gotta say it, man. If we say it, they don't listen.
No, it's true.
Do the history. Do the knowledge.
But I think what's happened over the years is that because Puerto Rico is part of the United States, they've assimilated, right? And they want to be more associated. You know, everybody wants to be black when the juice and the sauce is there, right?
Yeah.
When
That's
the
true.
juice and the sauce
That's
ain't
true.
there, they don't want all the heat that we get. Right. So it's the same thing with them. I just think that like as time went by, they're like, okay, well we're not technically black. Well, you're not Spaniard either. This is not Spain
At all.
You've
Listen,
been colonized with the rest of us.
that is why New York is considered the melting pot. We
yeah.
are the melting pot because everybody from all works of the world came and we jumped in that pot. We jumped in this pot. We all live here. Okay, Puerto Rico is the same thing. A lot of people migrated from Africa, from Spain. I could keep going, and they were raised there. Okay, so we are mixed. We are Taino Indian. We are the black Taino Indian. Hello, we are black. I don't care what nobody says.
Okay, that's it. We're gonna move on from that conversation.
Yes,
I think
please.
you said enough right there. Beautiful Lisa, damn it. Give her a big round of applause. I bring up freestyle music a lot. You know, my good friend that I started the business with my partner King Tech named Aki Star. He's the lead singer for Spanish Fly now. Grew up with him, B-boys breaking the whole nine in Northern California. He hit me maybe 3 weeks ago or maybe 4 weeks ago from South America, and he's opening up for Stevie B.
Sorry.
And it's sold out.
Yeah.
Arenas.
Yeah.
Ooh, work it.
Work it, right? But that's the power of freestyle music. Can you explain to people what the freestyle culture was like when you were coming up? I know you just was doing music, but they put that label on it, freestyle. What is freestyle to you?
Freestyle to me was the mixture of hip hop and Latin beats from New York. Okay, the Bronx. That's where it started. And it's the music that it was freestyle because the freestyle dancers, the b-boys, used to dance to it in the clubs, on the streets with linoleum floors and the shell top Adidas. That's what they used to move to. Okay, so they considered it freestyle music. That's how I take it. That's how I see it. And then they started calling it Latin hip hop because they started playing us real heavy on the radio and in clubs. That's my take on it.
That's your take. So did you have any camaraderie with some of the groups that came out, like Expose or TKA or all of these people that came at that time?
I knew them all.
Yeah?
Knew them all. Kay went to school with me. Tony, you were there too. In the same school. Julia Richmond. You know, I know a lot of them still.
Yeah.
We tour with them. We
do.
We do freestyle shows with TKA, Expose, Stevie B. We're like, you know, there is a lane. There's a movement still. There's a whole generation of people that grew up on that style of music.
Well, recently, Kendrick, we were just talking about this, DB. That's DB, by the way, our producer DJ. And we were talking about how Kendrick and SZA sampled
Debbie Deb, When I Hear Music.
Yeah, right?
That's my girl.
Weekends and and all of those. Do you see a resurgence?
It's been happening for a minute.
Joyner Lucas just sampled Can You Feel the Beat?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like it's happening. Listen, great music gets recycled. We in this business, you know. Like if it's great, Can You Feel the Beat has been redone by the Black Eyed Peas, Nina Sky, now Joyner Lucas. Like it keeps getting recycled, which is great. It just gives us more content.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we're out on the road doing our thing.
Yes.
I like this. Toni Menage. Give her a round of applause. She thugged me out. He right there?
You ain't got the answers.
Yeah, he's walking up now.
Toni, I can't believe you just did that on my show. Let me say this. Lisa,
Yes.
you got to come back.
I will, I promise.
Okay, you promise?
I promise. I'm so thankful that you invited us on here. You allowed us to come on because this is a wonderful platform. You are all wonderful people. And the kids out there, my kids, my two boys, Antonio and Adam, I love you. Mommy loves you. I know they're listening.
Hey, Uncle Theo Sway loves you too.
Gracias, Theo. We love you. We love y'all.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. Lisa, Toni Menage. Make sure y'all watch this. Can You Feel the Beat?
Yes.
February the 1st, Saturday on Lifetime. Let's bring him in. Is he right here?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I want to introduce you to somebody who's legendary, like you. And I know you never met him, so I'm going to see if we can make this happen. We got the iconic Martin Lawrence about to walk up in here.
Yeah.
Yo, man, where you at, man? My guy. Where's my guy? Where's my guy? We got Martin up in here, man. Yo. Come on, man. Hey, we got Martin Lawrence just walked in. Hey, Martin. This is Lisa. And she wanted from Lisa and the Coat Jam, and she wanted to meet you, brother. That's Toni right there. Yo, come on, man. Iconic right there. Yo, so we got Martin Lawrence coming up next. Lisa, I love you. We family now, okay? Okay, absolutely. Okay, love you. Congratulations on the movie. February 1st, Lifetime. Make sure y'all watch it. Can You Feel the Beat? Lisa. Toni, love you too. My brother Martin Lawrence is here. 888-742-3345.